Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Bad Moms in Business, the podcast.
I'm Bridgette Robertson.
I'm Amanda Sharp.
I'm Danielle Monaghan. Today, you may not know it because there's just the three of us here, but we actually have a very crucial member here to tell us about a very special thing, a very special project she has going on. Today, we're going to interview Amanda Sharp.
Yeah!
You guys.
We're going to talk all about her new project that she has going on and this incredible venture that we are so excited that she is going to take us on, Pressed Rose.
Pressed Rose.
So excited, you guys. Thank you for being open to this discussion. And I cannot wait to talk all things Pressed Rose. And
I'm so excited.
Our last episode, this episode is a follow-up to some of my favorite things. And it's all going to start making sense after you hear all of this good stuff.
So tell us what Pressed Rose is. Let's start at the very, very beginning.
The very beginning.
And I want you to get into the name as well. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
So Pressed Rose was something that we, and I say we, my mom and I, started in 2019. So this was something that we decided to do way back when, and life has happened. So we are, fast forward to 2021, we are now officially really moving forward with it, which is fantastic. But Pressed Rose is a store, a home good boutique store that will feature my mom's artwork and things that she creates. And then I build things furniture-wise. I refinish things. So it's going to be something.
So talented.
Thank you. Thank you.
So talented.
I just love it. I love working with my hands, and I love working and doing woodworking. It's something that I'm so passionate about. And I really haven't always had the place and the space to do it. And now I do. So it's called Pressed Rose because my mama's name is Rose. So I was driving down the road one day and I was like, what can we name the store? And Pressed Rose came to mind because that's a phrase, you press flowers. And I pulled over on the side of the road because I'm like, certainly that name can't be available. It can't. And sure enough, it was. The website domain was available. No one had taken the Facebook page. No one had an IG page with that. Like, there was nothing claimed for Pressed Rose, such a common phrase. And it just blew my mind.
Talk about meant to be.
Absolutely.
That was literally like, it was handed to you. You thought of it and it was perfect. And I seriously, I love that name so much because it's so beautiful and interesting and like vintage sounding, which is like, to me, it just sums up everything that you're trying to accomplish, kind of.
Absolutely. And the side of pressed that I really like is, anytime that we get pressed, typically that's usually when something magnificent comes out of us. So I kind of look at pressed as like almost the pain point that something beautiful comes from. So it's super just kind of all lines, and it just felt right. And like you said, it just was meant to be, because why else would it have been available?
So beautiful.
Like, my whole life has been waiting for these moments.
So you are currently, if you're watching, you are currently sitting in your real estate office.
Correct.
Okay. Where's Pressed Rose located?
Just literally through this wall. And I will give you a tour like when it seems right. And it's obnoxious. I knew as soon as this idea came up that the space next door to the real estate office had to be where it was to make it work. Otherwise, I can't be in two places at one time, right? If they're not together. And so this does truly allow me to literally have one foot into each business at any given time.
It's yet another kind of puzzle piece that's just like fallen into place for you. And it's very, very, very amazing to hear this story. I mean, we've heard it for a while. Like we've known that this has been going on, but like, it's just so incredible to hear how things just like seamlessly have lined up.
It's so true. And even the journey of the time of conception of Pressed Rose to where we are today, there was such a long delay. But what we didn't know that we would soon find out is what all of the delays would be. Like, it didn't make sense at the time because truly there just was so silly obstacles that kept getting into the way. And I kept going, I just don't understand. Like, something so silly is road blocking progress. And then COVID happened and all of that type of stuff. And had we opened our doors prior to that, I don't know that we could have stayed in business and opened again.
For sure.
Unfortunately, I think that was a lot of businesses during this time. So what a blessing. Again, it just seems to just constantly align and fall into place as it should have. And it just feels so right now. I mean, it's felt right for a long time, but now it feels really, really right. Oh, so fun.
I remember when I was pregnant, you and I went out to lunch and you started telling me about this idea. Like, that's how long this has been. That's so crazy to me.
Yeah. So tell me, are you and your mom planning to man the store and be the ones behind the register and answering questions? Are you hiring a staff? What does that look like?
Super great question. And my mom's rolling in here right now. I see her roll. And Mom, do you want to roll over here and say hi real quick? We're going to come over here. Look at my mom. So cute, you guys. She just built a roller thing. This is Rose of Pressed Rose.
Hi,
Look at we have fabrics and stuff that need to we need to hang so things don't get wrinkled in the process of or dry. This is true, or dry. That is Rose of Pressed Rose.
She's so cute.
She's adorable, isn't she? I just can't wait for all of the world to get to meet her because so few people have had that pleasure. So not anymore. Here comes Rose World. It's just so fun. Okay, but your question. I wondered what my mom was rolling over there. I heard her hammering something. I was like, my mom doesn't usually hammer. She's the artiste.
Yeah.
But that's what she was putting together. So we're doing it a little differently because I do work real estate full time and can't necessarily man a store, nor with it being a lot of our creations that we have over there, we can't have the doors open, every single day. We would never have the time to actually refresh and stock the store with new stuff outside of purchased wholesale stuff, which is fine. We're going to have some brand new stuff in there too, but it's the unique stuff that we create that really adds to the scene of the store. So because of that, we're only going to be open once a month, which might seem like a really, really, really crazy thing to do. But that's how we're going to start because that's the bandwidth. And if we get to the point where we can open twice a month, then we'll do so. But I would rather, and I've worked the business models out where if you are open daily, I think we can make just as much money, maybe a little less by being open only one weekend a month as opposed to doing it daily. Because if you have overhead and all of that other stuff, it just makes sense. So work smarter, not harder. And then it keeps it into something that long-term will be something that we really enjoy and can manage.
And it becomes like an event. Almost. I love that.
Yeah, it's something you look forward to. It's funny because there's a place kind of similar across the street from where I'm sitting right now. I love going over there. But if I go over there every time I come to the office, there's nothing necessarily new. They restock. They restock when they can, just based on the vendors and the other people that they have in there. So to know that you're only going to be open once a month and there will be something new every single time you're open. It's awesome.
And go ahead. I'm sorry.
That really makes sense too, because this isn't like a regular store where you're just restocking the same items over and over. These are individual pieces. These are creations that you and other vendors are creating. Art is such a different kind of animal as opposed to a daily store.
Absolutely. It's really one of a kind type art, not just stuff that you're going to find in any other store. And my mom's stuff, as we open and you see some of the stuff that my mom's created, it's very one of a kind. I want to be very clear. It's you'll see.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait.
You met her. My mom's 70. I mean, and the stuff that she can create, you'd go, wow, I wouldn't have thought that a 70-year-old maybe created this print. It's just very, very interesting. And I can't really describe it until you can see it because you just look at it and you go, that's interesting.
So,
like in a really fun way.
I know that you're in the middle of getting everything ready.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure there's not like an official open date that you're ready or prepared to announce, but what's your timeline look like?
You know, it's so scary. And, I want to be opening a business is very hard. There's a lot of emotions. And I did a TikTok or in an Instagram reel that it's kind of like happily throwing up. Like you're just so like you've got nervous, like butterflies in your stomach, but is it because like you just met the love of your life and it's like good butterflies? Or is it like, oh crap, I have the flu and I'm going to puke again. But the entire time, like you're just smiling while you're doing it. Like it's such a weird like thing of emotion. So I'm trying to be very open with the journey and that hasn't been easy because it's something that takes a lot of hard work where I show a lot of the good things because I'm so proud of the small progress that we make on a daily basis. But small progresses do add up to big progress. But with working another full-time job and being a mom and a wife, you can only do so much daily. Sure. And I have to be very realistic that this is the part of the business that's going to take the most time. It's like being pregnant almost. You're baking something, you're pregnant, and then it just takes a long time to develop. And then once it's here, it just looks different. It's resetting, it's restocking, it's not creating the fixtures from scratch. I literally had 4 empty walls. That I have to build into something. And that's the stuff that's going to be the time consuming stuff. So once that's done, it's done, besides facelifting, maybe painting something, making it look fresh and all of that good stuff.
For sure.
The hard work is going to be done. So my goal is, to answer your question, Bridgette, I'd like to be open by the middle of August. I don't know if that's realistic though.
Okay.
So we will see. I can't not be open sometime in September. That is a must. So my goal is middle of August, but more than likely it might be September.
Okay.
But that means another month of rent. Right. Without money coming in.
That's true. So that's very true.
Yeah. So there's a lot riding on this. And every time I complete a little section or a little project, I'm like, okay, it gets closer to that vision of it being completed, but we're just still so far away.
So is it time for our tour?
Ooh. I'm going to go on a tour.
Yeah.
I don't want to make you guys sick, but I'm going to
unplug the microphone.
First of all, I want to be very open and honest with how this setup is. So here is my real estate office front door here. Mm-hmm. Right through this wall is pressed rose. Now you would think I would have to go through my door to go into the next storefront, but oh no. My amazing landlord who owns both sections put a door in between the 2 spaces for me. So I literally can have 2 feet in 2 different businesses.
That's awesome.
So now I'm in pressed rose, you guys. So there's so much junk, but trust me, it's going to look so much better after I've done some stuff to it. So ignore like this pile. This is all furniture I have to do stuff with, you guys.
Wow.
So much stuff, but I can't do anything with it until I know the section it's going into, because then what the color is. So I have a fabulous back room here. Let me show you the saw that I was talking about, because you have to understand how amazing it is. I'm sorry if you guys get sick. Okay. Here's our workshop back room area, which is great. And that's my deluxe.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a saw.
A table saw and lots of stuff. I got so much stuff. And then we have our office, which is currently housing all of the glassware that is breakable. So it's in a spot. It'll eventually be our office. And you guys, this is my register area that I built.
I'm so obsessed with this. I love it so much.
So when you built that, tell us. You literally built it.
I built it. I made wood turn into this with my DeWalt saw. This is why I love it. And the Sherwin-Williams paint that I was referring to. Here we are.
So good.
And my mom's so cute. And then underneath, there's lots of space for activities.
Nice.
So
wow.
It's huge. I wanted big because we have a lot of space to the register area, like the little register square thing was going to go right here. So everyone buys a bunch of stuff. There's room for them to put it down.
Exactly.
So this is like a first sneak peek. No one's seen this yet, except for you guys, because I did send you a picture. But there's a little area that's kind of complete, which is so fun.
Adorable.
And when this airs, I think the store might almost be open to the point, so that's okay. But this has prints of my really good friend from high school. She does great artwork. So it's not just like my mom's stuff and my stuff. It's actually other people's stuff that has talents that we want to showcase. This is a fun piece that we're working on. This is going to be, oh my gosh, I'm making you guys sick. I'm so sorry. So this is my next project. More room, more lumber on the floor. My dirty front window that you can't even see how dirty it is. But this every month will look different and it'll be fun. My front door that I could have come in, but I like to go into in between the office.
So much easier.
This is like a build out area that I'm not sure what that's going to be yet, but it's great space. And a fireplace that I kind of built to like
very cool
on it stuff. And then it loops back to my real estate office door again. So that's pressed rows, you guys. And the whole like middle section really like, it's a lot of stuff too. All of which I have to do stuff with. It's so much work, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a passion of yours. It's something that you guys are doing together and that you're enjoying doing. I think that's amazing.
It's and I know like we have to make money to feed ourselves and keep the bills on or keeps the lights on, pay the bills and all that good stuff. But
for sure,
it really does feed my soul and I love working with my hands.
That's so important.
I wish I was like that. I'm not.
I'm trying to think, like, if I were going to open a store that fit my passions, what would it be? And I'm like, it'd have to be like an ice cream store.
But you could totally.
I'm so right there with you.
But you could add your flavor of personality into any store that you decide to open.
True.
Ice cream would be fabulous.
It really would be.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. You know, there's this place in Carlton. And it's an ice cream place. And they're always like, they have business. People are always there. It's always for sale. It changes hands.
Oh.
So I just feel like probably not a smart investment.
What I've heard is it's especially a small or smaller place like that. It's really hard to keep help. Like even beyond the national shortage for help now, it's always been hard. And so that is typically the turnover is because they can't find enough help to keep the doors open and the owners end up having to be there all the time and there's a fatigue that happens. So
for sure.
I feel like, and that's something that's really important and kind of also why we've structured it the way that we've structured it to only be open basically for an event once a month because that allows us to not have that fatigue.
Yeah,
that's a great
point.
point.
Have to rely on a ton of manpower. I can certainly find people to help us run the store for that event.
I'll run it. I'll help you.
Me too.
You guys will have to come in as it gets a little bit more settled and see the inside scoop. Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited.
It's so great. I keep saying it feels so right, but I really don't have another way to describe it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. There, you know, you think about, at least for me being like an overthinker and stuff like that, it's very, very rarely that I feel like, yes, I have made the right decision. I am on the right path. So I think that's so incredible that you feel that. I love that so much.
Yeah. You guys have such a confidence about you in this business because like you said, you've been creating it since 2019. You've had that space for over a year. You've been paying rent on a space that you can't utilize. And you never wavered in the fact that, nope, like
we're going
to go.
Absolutely. And I had a fellow business owner. She's so sweet. She's a staple here in the Monroe area of southeastern Michigan. And she had said, she goes, the fact that it's taken you so long and you're still just as passionate about it as the day that you decided to do it speaks volumes that it's good. You're going to work so hard to keep those doors constantly open. And it's so true. There were days that I got down about not being open, but I really did try to trust the timing. And I really, really am glad that I did, because had I not, it would have been disastrous. I have no doubt in my mind.
Oh, well, we're just so happy for you.
So excited.
So happy. And we'll make sure to link your Instagram, your TikTok, Facebook, all those fun things, so that we know that our listeners are able to follow the progress too.
Yes.
Oh, it's so fun.
And I'm sure we will do some fun videos along the way as well. Maybe for your grand opening, maybe we can, come share some footage of it and stuff like that for people who maybe can't make it due to timing or whatever.
Yeah.
But maybe they don't live in the state even, or the country.
Yeah.
But
or the country, absolutely.
I think that would be really cool, is to share with everybody your journey.
Yeah.
It's a good one. And, I couldn't have done this when I had a little one. Owen's 14 now. And so if anyone's, listening and is thinking up and dreaming up something magnificent, similar to what I've envisioned for myself, just know that the season will be right at some point.
It's all about timing.
It's all about timing. So don't put that dream aside. Just maybe pause it and keep dreaming it up, because the day will come that you'll be able to make it happen. Babies are only young once. No, I didn't mean to make you cry. No, but they get older, and now it leaves that type of time to be able to do this. And I have joked with you guys that this is something that I need to not make my child go insane, so I don't smother him. Like, Amanda needed a project.
You needed a project.
For his sanity, for Owen's sanity. So that's Pressed Rose, and I'm super, super pumped. And thank you guys for your support. It means so much.
Of course.
Yes, we're excited to be there when it opens and shop first weekend and all the weekends after. So we're just proud of you.
We are so proud of you. That's so incredible.
So our B today should be what? Be dreaming?
Be dreaming.
Be dreaming.
Be dreaming.
Be dreaming. Don't waver on those dreams. Just be clever about them.
Love it.
Be dreaming. You guys
be dreaming.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we will see you next week with another awesome episode of Bad Moms in Business.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.